So I have a question for you, or Mr. Magritte has a question for you. What is that? Okay. Yeah. Let's see if he agrees. What does Mr. Magritte tell you about your answer?
Pipe.
Anybody read French?
Pipe.
What does that say in French? That's not a pipe. That's a picture of a pipe. Okay? Why am I showing you this? It's because when you learn anything, when you learn science, you may not be learning the essence of what you want to get. And how is this connected to research? What I want to propose to you is that in order to understand science and chemistry, you need to do research. It's mandatory. It's not just a luxury. This is hands-on learning. I don't want to give you a picture of a pipe. I don't want to give you a lecture about a pipe. I want you to smoke it. Now, René Magritte was a surrealist painter, and you may know the name Salvador Dali. Okay, Salvador Dali is the guy that painted these droopy watches hanging over things, and in his surrealism, he distorted reality. What's different about Magritte is that he took reality and took two different objects and put them in some strange juxtaposition. Okay? So, what do we have here? We have a really big apple in a room. Okay? But that's really a scientific problem, because maybe it's a regular size apple in a very small room. That's what he wants you to think about when you look at that. And it's a scientific problem to tell the difference between those two things. You've got nowhere else to go but science. And over here, Mr. Magritte wanted to teach you something about the face. But strangely enough, maybe he didn't know everything about the face. Maybe he forgot something about the face. You know, he left out. What did he leave out? Huh? What's missing? Some ears, chin, no cheeks. Maybe he didn't know what a face was, but he tried. So if you really want to learn what a face is, and we all learn this when we're a tiny baby, by the way, it's the first thing that's important to us. Science is going to help. Okay, here's another fellow. This is a philosopher. You may have never heard of this guy. So what's this? Anybody recognize what that is? That's Ohio? No, I'm standing on Ohio. That's a picture of Ohio. That's a map. That's some topological representation of Ohio. So we recognize the shape, but this fellow wants us to know that sometimes things break down when we use language and symbols, okay? And he wants to tell us that words are not the things that we are speaking about. So, this is a lecture hall for chemistry. And if you come in here and get a lecture, somebody's going to talk about chemistry. But I want to persuade you that you won't learn chemistry unless you go in a laboratory and do it. Okay? And that research, for example, is mandatory. So what do you do with a hammer?
Hit stuff.
Hit stuff. Well, be more specific.
Hit nails.
Hit nails. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So what's that? That's a picture of a hammer. So I'm going to do a scientific experiment here. And we're going to take this picture of a hammer. I have a nail here, and I'm going to hit this nail with this hammer. Doesn't seem to work. Why not? It's just a picture. In order to drive a nail, you need to have this. What's this? That's a real hammer, okay? That one works. All right, can you read that? What does that say? Undergraduate research. That's the real thing. All right?